Hi.
Hello.
Howdy.
And welcome back to Talking with Kitties. She is girlfriend.
He is boyfriend.
And she is my preferred female.
He is my preferred male.
That's been my new thing this week. I don't know why.
It has been.
It just popped into my head that you're a preferred female this week, and it's kind of stuck.
I'm okay with it. It makes me smile.
I don't even remember what happened when I said that, or why I said it the first time, but yeah, preferred female.
I did something, and you're like, that's why you're my preferred female.
Maybe, yeah. You probably did something amazing. It's kind of what you do.
Obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Hope you guys are ready. We're recording this intro at the end.
We screwed up the original intro, so this is the re-recorded intro after we recorded everything else.
So
and,
you're in for a...
This
I want to say you're in for a treat, but you're not.
A treat. It's
You're in for some...
It took a
If
turn.
you're depressed,
maybe
don't listen to this episode.
Well,
If you're depressed, unless you feel like you can relate.
I feel like it might be a good
we
idea.
did give some advice.
I don't even know if advice
even
is
though
what we
we don't
need.
take our own advice.
I don't even think that I don't think you need advice. Just
maybe
if
just
you
make
want to
you
hear
feel
somebody, you're not alone.
Yeah, you're not alone. Okay,
yeah,
that's true. If you're happy, maybe don't listen to this.
Yeah,
podcast,
if you're happy, maybe don't listen to it.
It might make you feel a little sad.
Things got out of hand.
Yeah.
I don't know if they got out of hand.
No, things just got real.
I blame lack of gizzard.
Yeah. We only had one kitty for a very, very quick moment.
Yeah, he couldn't get in the closet, so he's like, fuck this.
So he's
and he
like,
left.
I'm out.
Yep.
Bubs and Gizmo are sound asleep on the couch upstairs. So anyway.
Yay.
Get ready for...
Good, happy, fun times.
No, get ready for some...
Yeah, happy fun times.
You are giving them a false sense of security.
No, I'm giving them false hope. I can't give them a sense of security because I'm just giving them false hope.
Okay. When he's giving you false hope, don't listen to him.
Yay, happy fun times. Whoop, whoop. Misleading advertisement.
Yeah. We don't want to be misleading.
But we're not advertising. This is the actual product.
All right. Well, anyway, we're going to insert podcast here.
Whoop, whoop,
So,
whoop, whoop. Happy fun times. Enjoy these. Happy fun times. Yay, you. I'm so excited for you.
Sorry. Why do you want in there so bad? Oh, such a tall boy. He's like, I'm not trying to be tall. I'm trying to open this door. What's in there? Fragile masculinity and your coffee order. So this is from a barista. I find when men order anything that veers away from just a regular drip coffee, I often get a panicked follow-up. For example, often when a man orders a latte with skim or any non-dairy milk, I get an emphatic, it's for my wife.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Anyone else notice this? If so, what other drinks are straight men actually afraid to order?
Anything with flavor. If it doesn't taste like whiskey or steak, then we're probably not supposed to drink it.
Or black coffee.
Or black coffee, yeah.
It's so silly though.
Yeah, that's a thing.
It's so crazy. But then it's funny. So then the comments, what really gets me is it's the people that you think would be like the big macho guys are the ones that could care
always
less.
Yeah,
because it's like I have the opposite. We have a regular biker whose favorite drink is a sweet hibiscus tea with lemonade. He'll come up and be like, I would like that pink drink thing, please. And then somebody else said, I have something similar. Don't hate me, I'm a former Starbucks barista, but I had a regular that was a big buff military man who would come through the drive-thru and confidently order 2 venti pink drinks and a black coffee. He'd get to the window and he'd be like, ooh, the pink drinks are for me. They're my favorite. The coffee's for my wife. And it's like...
That's all absolutely a thing. That totally makes sense. And like,
so the guys who are confident in themselves and don't give a shit are like, I'm going to order what I want to order. Who gives a shit?
Yep. It's always like the flaky guys that have the issues with the masculinity.
Masculinity bullshit. It's so
They
dumb.
got something to prove. The other guys don't have anything to prove. They don't care.
No. Like the big biker guy's like, dude, I like that pink drink.
Yeah. That's why, the biker guys, big biker guys and metalheads are always like the most friendly, decent people I've ever met because they don't have anything to prove.
Yeah.
They're just like
not even a little bit
super genuine.
They're just like, they can just be themselves. And I don't care. And it's always so funny that people are like, oh, it's the metalheads that are scary and you have to watch out for that crowd. But it's like, they might have a mosh pit, but if somebody falls and hurts themselves,
they
it
get them
stops
up.
and make sure everybody gets up. Everybody's feeling good and not hurt. Craziness. That made me giggle though. Like,
yeah, the people that always concern me more are the ones that are trying to be badass, not the ones that are badass.
Yeah. Because the ones that are badass like are secure in themselves and they don't have anything to prove. Like they're just like, yeah. I'm me. I like the pink drink. So what? And you shouldn't be ashamed for liking what you like. Who cares?
At all. Well, I mean, they probably grew up with peers and other dudes that made fun of them for anything remotely girly. I mean,
that's so sad.
That's how that stuff works.
Am I the asshole for not inviting my stepsister who bullied me to my wedding? I can already tell you, no. You're not the asshole because it's your wedding and you can invite whomever you want. My father remarried when I was 25. She's a female. No. Let me try to read that again. She is still a female.
Okay.
My father remarried when I was 14. She is now currently 25. He married his wife, Mary, who is 49, and his stepdaughter, Kyla, 26 currently. So she's a year older than, the stepsister is a year older than the poster.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't follow that quite right. I thought the new wife was a year older than...
Okay.
That's less creepy.
Poster is currently 25, but when her dad married his current wife, she was 14. The daughter was, not the wife. The stepdaughter is a year older than the poster, and she made her life hell. My father is wealthy, so we used to go to a fancy school. Kyla was very mean to me, and I had a hard time to the point that I had to move to another school because I couldn't take it anymore.
Oh, that's fun.
Once she convinced my father and Mary that I was pregnant. It was so embarrassing because I was still a virgin, and yet she and Mary convinced my father that I should do a pregnancy test. After it came out negative, she told some of her friends at school, she was 1 year ahead of me, that I had an abortion.
Oh, that's fun.
The bullying was nonstop. She would do anything to make my life miserable. Once she paid a guy at school to start a rumor that I gave him a blowjob during class. When I was already going to another school, she told everybody at my old school that I left because I was caught stealing at the mall and was in youth detention center.
Oh, excellent.
My parents had split custody, so I used to spend 1 week with my father and 1 with my mom. After 2 years of hell, I told my father that I wouldn't be staying at his place anymore, and our relationship was reduced to 2 weekends a month. My relationship to my father was non-existent during college days. He would send me money and call me once every month, and that was about it. I went to his house once or twice during my 5 years in college. I started dating my fiance, Lewis, 4 years ago, and I only introduced him to my father after more than 2 years in our relationship. I'm getting married this spring, and we're going to marry at the beach in another country in Europe. Both families are wealthy, and we decided to offer the stay at the hotel to our guests. They'll pay for only their airline tickets. Because of that, we decided to settle on a small number of guests, around 80 people, and of course, Kyla is not one of them. The wedding plan started 3 months ago, and my father knew that I wasn't going to invite Kyla. However, he flipped out now and said that I need to invite her. I said I'm not going to invite a person that I don't have one single good memory of on my big day. We've been fighting about it since then. This last week, he told me that I shouldn't count on his money if Kyla isn't invited, and my mom said, fine, I'll pay for everything on my own. After that, he said he's not coming to the wedding without Kyla, and I replied, fine. My grandma and aunt are trying to convince me to invite Kyla for the good sake of our family, but to be honest, I'm not even sure if we are a family. Am I the asshole for not inviting the one person who bullied me for years to one of the biggest days of my life?
No, not even a little bit. No, ma'am.
Not only is she not an asshole, but I don't know that I'd want her dad there either, especially if he's trying to...
Yeah.
He didn't do anything to protect his own daughter from that girl. She has every right. Again, it's your wedding. You can invite whomever you want or not invite whomever you want, regardless of if it hurts people's feelings. It's your day. You can do what you want. You don't owe anybody anything.
Yeah, it's just, they treat her like shit for most of her life. And now I feel like this is probably the reality check for them. Like, oh shit, And they're like, no, this can't be how it actually is. No, this is how it actually is. You done fucked up. And they're like, oh no.
I wouldn't want my dad. I mean, if I were her, I wouldn't want my dad there anyway.
Sounds like Pops is used to getting his way because he has money. Because one of the first things he says is like, "Oh, you don't have to count on my money then." So,
and her mom was like, "All right."
Yeah, that's a hallmark of a shitty person.
Crap.
Yep,
that whole side of the family can just F off.
Whoa, that's some strong language there, man. F all the way off, huh?
Speaking of effing off, we swear.
No,
we have potty mouth.
No, ma'am.
But I feel like we're respectful about it for the most part. Boyfriend.
Sorry.
We swear on our podcast, but we have it labeled as...
Yep, we label it as explicit content.
Explicit content.
Because you're a potty mouth.
People know that we have potty mouths.
Yep. You should have heard her yesterday because we went on the date. She was driving again.
I hate...
cussing and swearing the whole way down the turnpike. Doing 120.
Anyway.
The
reason I drove was because I didn't trust you and your driving.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Because you have been rally racing and I've seen how poorly that goes.
Rude.
In video games, by the way, not in real life.
So, anyways, yes.
So
cussy, sweary, explicit content.
Yes. But I feel like we are respectful about like when we swear and where we swear. Like we're not going to go into like a room full of children and start cussing up a storm. I will not go into a room full of children and cuss up a storm. Anyway, I went to a hockey game with my parents.
I work in a building that has 2 preschools in it.
Yeah.
So
exactly. Yeah. So you're not going to be cussing up a storm.
I didn't say that. I just said I work in a building with 2 preschools in it.
And I'm saying you're not going to cuss up a storm. So we went to a hockey game the other night.
Not me.
No. My parents and I. And there was a woman that was sitting a little ways away, but close enough, I guess, that when she screams out profanities, like she was talking, but it's loud in a hockey game, right? So she was talking to like her daughter and her husband, but it was loud enough that 2 rows away, we could hear her. And it was just every other word was swearing. Like, well, I can say it because we're on a podcast. Yeah. But like every other word was like, fuck, goddamn. And it was like, okay, yeah, it doesn't. But there are like children around. Like you're at a hockey game and there are a bunch of kids around. She's with her daughter. And she had like resting bitch face, and she was a bitch.
So in that case, it's just resting face, right?
Resting face,
resting face.
But it was disturbing to me. Like it offended me, and I'm not even like I'm a swearer. I swear, but it was like check yourself at this point. Like,
well, did you hear the guy behind us at the gas pumps yesterday?
Yeah. He was not happy.
Yeah, he was having some issues with the pumps too. But it's just, why are you yelling profanities at the gas pump, my dude?
I'll talk to myself if I'm having issues with something. I'll talk to myself, but I'm not going to be screaming out. I might be like, son of a bitch, this is stupid. You know, like whatever. I get that. But yeah, he was like yelling
at it.
Like I was in our vehicle with all of the doors closed and windows closed, and I could hear him screaming profanities at the pump.
I don't think I've ever gotten so mad that I like scream profanities at inanimate objects before.
In public.
In private even.
Well, in private even, true. But
there's always that moment where it's just like, but he was like having an angry conversation with the gas pump.
And it wasn't like he was talking, like it's not one of those ones where you like push service and like the attendant can hear you and talk to you. He was just yelling at the pump. It's like, my dude, do you need assistance?
And then he left.
Then he went around and went to another one.
Oh, did he?
I
knew he drove past us, but I didn't pay that much attention.
He went around and went to another one and apparently it worked, and he didn't have issues. The one behind us worked because there was somebody there getting gas.
And then somebody came in after him too.
So I don't know.
Definitely user error.
But that pump, he was
not pleased with that
pissed him
pump.
off.
Sure did. Takes all kinds, I suppose.
I don't think I had road rage yesterday.
Except for all the road rage when you were swearing. You did towards the end.
Then I wanted to just be home.
Yep.
Yeah.
Towards the end, you started getting a little angry.
I guess.
Started yelling at some people's, questioning their, I don't know.
I questioned why they were driving.
Questioning their heritage.
Questioning their heritage? I don't think that's right.
Questioning the validity of their fathering.
I called them sons of bitches.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean? Okay. That's a fun way to put it, I guess. Questioning their heritage. You son of a bitch.
You bastard, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah, I did call somebody a bastard, too. I'm pretty sure.
Yep, lots of heritage questioning.
They were not driving correctly, and it annoys me.
That has nothing to do with their parents. Well, I mean, it might have something to do with
it has everything to do with their parents. Their parents should have taught them how to drive better.
Maybe, yeah. That's valid.
Yeah, thank you.
My parents didn't teach me how to drive. Paul did.
And look at how poorly you drive.
Hey, whoa.
Who's the one that drives in the relationship?
Just because I'm lazy and don't like to, because I go way too slow.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah.
Who's the one that's had speeding tickets in this relationship? That certainly isn't me.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Huh.
One, because I was driving back from New Jersey after being gone for a week, and I missed my girlfriend.
I love that you always turn it back that it's my fault.
I didn't say it was your fault at all.
But how can you pick on me because I was just missing you?
Well, I mean, I know you're a jerk, so you can pick on me.
God.
But I was gone for a week, and I was trying to get back as fast as possible. And the cop was like, "No, sir." And I didn't even argue with him because I just wanted that over so I could get back to speeding my way home.
Oh no. Oh no, I'm bleeding.
Yep, because you cannot be trusted.
I cannot. I pulled all my nails off.
She pulled all of her
fake
nails.
Fake nails. Let's put it as that. But my real nails aren't doing so hot.
You don't let them do so hot.
Now they're bleeding.
Yep.
Well, it's actually not my nail. It's the skin around
So
my
she
nail.
is still doing, she said about this year she wanted to break some of the cycles and some of the loops that her life is in, and she has managed to not break a single one yet. She continues in, what? Am I wrong?
I may have created more cycles.
I think you
actually.
have. I think you have. I think you're doing it worse.
See, you were going to yell at me, and I was being honest and saying that I actually think it's worse. It's like I'm doubling down on the cycles now.
Because you're not supposed to.
I know.
And you are stubborn.
I am. No.
And the easiest way to get you to do something is to tell you not to do it, or you're not allowed to do it. So, okay, you're not allowed to bite your nails. Well, I must eat my nails. You're not allowed to do this. You're not allowed, I must do that. You can't have Chinese food. No, I must have Chinese food now. I can't have a Red Bull. I must have a Red Bull.
It's true.
I'm not going to drink any Red Bull. You're up to like, what, 2 a day again? 3 a day?
I am not. I didn't have any yesterday.
Oh, you didn't have any yesterday. But you had 2 sodas yesterday?
We were out to eat.
Oh. You had 2 sodas yesterday?
Yes.
You didn't have 2 sodas at dinner. You had 1 soda at dinner.
Yeah.
And then bought another one.
Yeah.
So you're justified. And now you're biting your nails.
I don't like being called out.
I know. This whole conversation started because your nails were bleeding because you were biting them. And then I switch it to Red Bull and soda. So you start biting your nails in front of me.
Now I want a Red Bull. So
see,
this is how bad it is, right? And I know it's bad. I hear myself and I can see it, but I'm like, okay, I really need to get back on the straight and narrow, but I might as well wait and start on Thursday on the 1st of February.
We discussed
so
this,
tomorrow I have to go get a Red Bull before work because that's what my brain was like. I'm going to go get a Red Bull and then I'm going to go and I'm going to do this and then I can get McDonald's on Tuesday. And I don't even want McDonald's, but it's just like one of those things like if I'm going to cut it out of my life, I need to live it up before the end of it.
Which is 100% addictive personality. 150%. And you're not admitting that, so you just keep doing it. You should start it today.
Because I don't have a Red Bull.
Because you don't have a Red Bull. Today's Sunday. It's perfectly cromulent way to start. Today is breaking into everything, and then tomorrow is all serious. Breaking into everything is not, yay, I'm going to drink all the juice. Because the problem here then is she will do all that this week, and then Thursday will hit, and she'll do good for like Thursday and Friday, and then she'll come up with some excuse on Saturday. And then she'll like get a Red Bull on Saturday because something was terrible.
Something was
You'll
bad.
have to work Saturday, won't you?
Yes.
So you'll have a terrible day at work. You need a Red Bull because you're having a terrible day at work. Then she'll drink that, and then you'll drink that Red Bull.
And it'll be delicious.
And you'll drink that Red Bull, and then you'll be like, well, I drank the Red Bull, so I might as well just do all of the other shit.
Until March.
Yeah.
Because
exactly.
I already failed, so I have to start in March.
Yep. These are the exact cycles that I went through whenever I quit smoking. Or all of my attempts to quit smoking. It was exactly the same. I would like... all right, I'm not going to smoke any cigarettes today. And even if I wasn't quitting, if I was just trying to cut back, I'd be like going to work. I'd be like, all right, I'm not going to smoke any cigarettes. And as soon as I was like, I'm not going to smoke a cigarette, it was like, oh, everything is terrible. I must have a cigarette. It's exactly the same thing. But you are terrible at fighting it.
Yeah.
You have
I really am.
Negative willpower.
I do. It's very true.
And then I try to be your willpower, and you just get mad at me and yell at me and swear at me like I'm a gas pump.
All right, I do not. I don't swear at you. I ignore you.
Which is worse? I think I'd rather be sworn at than ignored. I
just tee-hee-hee and drink my Red Bull because I'm like, you'll get over it.
Like a little kid, too.
I do. Oh, no, I totally treat it like I'm a child.
You're such a little kid trying to like get away with something. Like,
but then I feel guilty and tell you about it later.
She guilt-tripped me this past week into going and getting her a Red Bull.
But you did.
I did. You guilt-tripped me into going and getting a Red Bull.
I didn't mean to guilt-trip you. I didn't. No, I swear I didn't mean it as a guilt trip.
100% did.
I promise I didn't.
You may not have meant it, but you 100% did guilt. Or else I wouldn't have gotten it. Because no.
Allison was very disappointed.
I'm very disappointed.
You got me a big one,
too. Both of us. It was cheaper.
I know. See? They do that. It's awful. It's cheaper to get the bigger one than it is just to get like the 8 ounce.
No. They had no. It was not cheaper. It was more expensive. It was cheaper to get 2 of the smaller ones.
2 of the smaller ones, which would have given me more.
And I was like, no, I will pay more to get less because you're a jerk.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
I felt so dirty.
I'm sorry you felt dirty, and I'm sorry you did that, but I really appreciated the Red Bull because it was a rough day and I enjoyed it.
You're gonna have to figure out a new way to deal with rough days.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to like lick a fish or something on a rough day.
Ew.
There's one right there.
No, we have 2 fairly large fish over there.
I wouldn't lick the one.
I wouldn't lick either of them.
Well, you're gonna have to because that's the new thing.
That is not how
that is the new thing. You're gonna be licking fishes now.
You don't get to choose what.
You can't choose. Somebody has to choose for you. So yeah.
Okay.
What worked before? Oh, every time you slip, Bubs gets punched.
Yeah.
That worked. No, it wasn't actually punched. Oh, I pinched him.
Yeah, you give him a pinches. Not hard pinches. But then he would whine and I would feel bad.
Yeah. He just looked confused. Like, what are you doing?
Like, why are you pinching me?
Oh, yeah,
he didn't pinch hard. It was just like a pretend pinch.
Yeah, your mother did this to you, so I don't know what to tell you.
I feel like that's some sort of abuse on both ends.
If you would just cooperate with me.
Oh my God.
You made me do this.
Wow.
And she tried the fancy press-on nails that she was told are phenomenal and wonderful.
They were awful.
They came off like
seconds.
Literally
seconds.
And she showed me they used that special sticky glue.
It was not. Although it won't come off of my nail. Like the glue itself, like I was picking that off for a while, which helped, I guess.
She sits there with her ragged ass, super thin, chunky nails. And I'm like, why don't you just get gel nail polish and the black light and just do it at home?
It's not a black light. It's a UV light.
Why don't you just get the gel nail polish and the UV light for at home? She's like, well, that's bad for my nails. Look at them. Look at that. You go and get like fake nails put on professionally, and then you tear them off with toothpick things, and chunks of your nail come off, and you bleed, and you're like, ah, you're literally bleeding right now. I don't think the UV light is going to be worse than what you do to yourself.
I don't know.
I do.
It could give me cancer.
It's going to give what, finger cancer?
Yeah, hand cancer, skin cancer.
No.
Yeah. You want me to have skin cancer and die?
This is what she does to me. I try to help.
No, I need
something.
It all goes back to my depression, though. Honestly,
it does, and it's been. We were talking about it yesterday. It's been a shitty year for the sads.
And shitty year is, and it's not even the end of 1 month yet. But yeah, it's been
a long year.
It has been a long year. No, it's been a really bad year for the sads for us.
It's been a bad season. Let's say season instead of year.
And
I don't know what's going on. I don't know why, but
we're both on antidepressants, and they don't even they're
helping.
They probably are helping, which is scary. Yeah. If you think about it.
I just don't want to do anything.
I just keep getting in these ruts and I can't pull myself out of it. And it's like, I think, well, I can go do this. And it's like, I have no energy or ambition or interest. So I'd rather just wallow in my own depression and drink a Red Bull and eat Chinese food. And be miserable when I do it. Yeah. I told you the other day that I had been feeling okay. And then I had a few days where I just felt like absolute garbage physically. And the next day I woke up and I didn't drink any Red Bull or soda and just drank water and told you the next day, I'm like, I felt so much better yesterday than I have in days. And you're like, what did you change? I'm like, I only drank water. It's weird that water can have that big of an effect.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, and the stuff that you're drinking instead of water is all dehydrating you.
So
it's like it's a complete opposite effect.
Yeah.
So you're dehydrated not just from not drinking water, but from drinking stuff that is actively dehydrating you. So you're double whammy on the crappy stuff.
And it's been bad too, because like even my go-tos, like when I'm feeling depressed, it's like I'm going to try to cheer myself up by getting, like, that's my thing. Like, it's so weird, but it's like I'm going to cheer myself up by getting a Red Bull. Does Red Bull really help cheer me up? No.
It's an excuse.
But I don't.
It is.
It might be.
It is.
But in my head, it's like, it's at least a win. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
like,
that makes
it's
sense.
Like, oh, it's a win. Like, I get something that makes me kind of, just a glimmer of happiness. Going to Starbucks is one of those usually. Like, if I'm like feeling really just low and it's like.
But even Starbucks has been failing the past couple weeks.
And that's the thing. Yeah. Like, my Starbucks has been failing me the last couple days. Like, last couple times I've gone.
Yeah. The one in town here has just been failing because they failed me yesterday too. So they're just something
the one in town has been, and that's like, we have one in town.
Yeah.
Normally it's good, but the last couple times I've gone, like the last 3 times I've gone, it has failed. And not just like a little bit of failed enough that I poured the drink out. So I threw away at least $14 worth of drink, which doesn't sound like much, but $14 is a lot when you only have 2 drinks that you pour out.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like I had ordered a drink that I've never had before, so I was trying something new. It was like I ordered my go-to drinks. Yeah. Like I ordered my go-to the first time, like my tried and true go-to. I'm going to put a little note here that Starbucks has a policy that if you get your drink and you try it and it doesn't taste right or you don't like it, they will remake your drink. Problem being, I'm always on my way to work when I stop and get a Starbucks.
You can't just go back.
I should just take a sip of it while I'm in the drive-thru, but who wants to do that? So I take it to work, have my first sip at work, and then realize that it's crap. And at that point, I'm at work by myself. I can't just leave to go back to Starbucks and be like, hey, I have done that previously, though, at other jobs. Like whenever I worked at the plumbing place, my boss and I would go and get Starbucks all the time. And if one of our drinks, when we got back, didn't taste right, one of us would go and be like, yeah, no, this doesn't, like he was really good about it because we spent a lot of money there.
Absolutely.
But when I'm working at a place or I'm the only one there for like, however long, I can't just be like, well, have to close work for like 15 minutes while I run across town and exchange my Starbucks.
That seems reasonable to me.
So I poured it out. Like it tasted like, I already don't like really sweet things. I usually get like an extra shot of espresso in a drink or like less shots of like pumps of their flavoring because I know it's going to be too sweet. But I ordered my go-to that I've had millions of times, don't have to change anything about it. And it tasted like they tripled the sweetener in it. And it made me gag. It was so sweet. So I had to pour it down the drain. So then the next day I'm like, all right, I'll get myself a Starbucks because, again, I was feeling like shit and was like, I have to give myself a win today. So I went to Starbucks over going and getting a Red Bull, which at this point I should have just got a Red Bull. I went to Starbucks, got my other go-to because I'm like, I'm not trying my original go-to because that was crap. Did the exact same thing with that one.
So your problem is, and then anyways, so... I got too many things I want to say all at once. And then yesterday, whenever we went, I got a mocha. I just got a plain mocha. And I joke and say that it's my hot chocolate. But the one I got yesterday was hot chocolate. There was like no coffee flavor whatsoever. It was just like straight chocolate.
It was, and it wasn't like we changed the size. It wasn't like we changed, because they do put different pumps of sweetener in like Ventis rather than like their talls. Like they all have different amounts. But he always gets the grandes. Always.
Every time. And it was there's no coffee flavor.
And he's like, none. Try this.
It was literally hot chocolate.
It was awful.
Yeah.
It was awful.
I, however, did not pour it out.
No, you drink it. But you can handle sweetness better than I can. And
that's how I put up with you.
Their chocolate, like their mocha sauce, isn't super sweet per se. It's because it's like a darker kind of chocolate. So it has more of like I don't know. It's a sauce and not a syrup. So like the syrupy drinks are the ones that if they put too much in, it's much sweeter. The sauce isn't. That's why like when you get to the end of your drink and you're like, oh, it's the sludge at the bottom, I'm not going to drink it because your syrup just sits down there. Whereas the drinks I tend to get are the syrups that just like mix in, but they're sweetened as well.
So I'm seeing two problems here, two issues.
Okay.
Maybe not two issues, but one definite issue.
With me?
And one possible way to change it.
Okay.
So the first one is you're looking for your win from outside sources.
That is 100%
You're depending on other people for your win.
And then they fail me too. And then I feel like a complete piece of shit.
But it's not your fault.
Because I can't even get a win.
So what you need to do is switch that mindset. The Starbucks and the Red Bull are not the win. The going all day without the Starbucks and the Red Bull, those are the wins because you're only counting on yourself to not cave. No matter how shitty the day is. I'm having a terrible day. I could really use this, but I'm not going to because I need a win.
Okay.
Have a double win.
That's a good way to look at it.
That's how I had to eventually had to do the mind check to myself.
No, that's a very good way to look at it.
And then even like I had to start real small, and it was like one of my bigger attempts was whenever I was the field tech, and it would be like, all right, I got to drive an hour to the next client, and I'm gonna go the whole hour without a cigarette, stuff like that. Just like those small wins there and there. I don't know how you're going to go a whole hour without a Red Bull because then you really have a problem. But I mean, just, your first step's going to have to be bigger. I'm having a shitty day. I'm going to go the whole day without this. I'm going to double down on this water because it'll make me feel better. Something. I don't know.
And another thing I'm going to try is I just genuinely like iced coffee, right? Like iced coffee is delicious.
But you can make that at home. And you really like the one.
So I didn't get the creamer I really wanted because nobody had it. But I got a creamer that's pretty good, and I bought the iced coffee, and I'm like, why don't I just make myself an iced coffee at home, take it to work along with my little jug of water. Then I have my iced coffee that I made at home, so it's much cheaper.
Your win.
That's a win because I made it. It's delightful. And then I drink my water. And if I decide, you know what, I could go for another cup of coffee. I have K-cups at work. I can have a cup of coffee if I really wanted more. And there's nothing wrong with drinking more coffee if I'm balancing it out with water. And I tend to drink more water when I have a straw to drink it. I don't know why.
And your coffee is probably better than Starbucks because it's not filled with sweeteners and everything too.
So much better than what I get at Starbucks.
So much sugar.
I don't even like the sugar.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like Starbucks,
because when I put creamer in my coffee, like they're like a tablespoon is like 25 calories. All right, like creamers. I do a dash of creamer.
Same.
And I actually checked the one day just to see like how much, because when I was like counting calories, I checked to see how much like a tablespoon of creamer was. So I actually filled up a tablespoon and put it in the cup and then made a coffee, and I poured it out because it was disgusting, and then I made my own. Yeah. Because it was so sweet. Now with my iced coffee, I do put a little bit more creamer in than I normally would like in a hot coffee.
Cold has a little bit more bitterness to it, I feel.
The cold coffee has a little bit more of a bite to it, which I can drink it and I like it, but in my head, for some reason, iced coffee to me needs like a flavor.
But you're doing that pre-made cold brew too, and you need to find a good like coffee to make a cold brew on the coffee, because you made a couple and you really like them, but then you don't stick with it.
Yeah, I need. Oh, you mean like K-cups to make that? Okay, like so. Yeah,
like coffee.
I really should find like a good coffee and a good way to make my own cold brew.
Well, we have a good way to make it. You just need to find the coffee for it. We have
like an iced coffee.
Yeah, we have an
like
awesome coffee maker that can do all that.
Yeah.
And you made a couple and you really liked them.
Yeah.
And then you've never gone back to it for some reason.
I hate K-cups in that thing, and I don't know why. It's weird. No, you're talking like actually using like. I should. I'm not really a fan of the coffee we have right now.
I'm not either. It's really light.
It's very light. And it's not, it's a medium roast.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like a medium roast.
No, it tastes, and it doesn't taste like a light roast though either. It just tastes kind of watered down.
It tastes like water that's been run past coffee beans like in the same room.
And the coffee beans wave.
They wave high and then.
Yeah. I've been on a kick where we get different coffee just to try different stuff to see what's good, what's not. Because for a while they were getting the same coffee and it was just me.
Yeah. I mean, I get trying new stuff. I'm down for trying new stuff, but yeah, it hasn't been great. Hasn't been awesome.
This is the
hasn't
end
been
of it,
terrible.
Though. No, but it's just not.
Hasn't been terrible.
I have creamers at home. I have a creamer usually, and then I have the Irish cream for just days where I feel fancy. It was weird. Like I was in the middle of a sentence and it was just like done. And I'm like, wait a minute. Why do I not hear myself through the microphone?
Yeah.
I don't remember what we were talking about. Oh, we're almost out of the coffee beans that we currently have.
Yes.
So I do have the new one coming up.
Okay.
But I got the Starbucks brand, the holiday blend, because I really like it. I think you might like it. So that's what we're going to move to. If you end up not liking it, maybe that's what I'll use to make iced coffee.
Maybe. There you go. That might work.
Because that would be cheaper too, just to make my own iced coffee that way than trying to... Buying a container is like $5 and it gets me about 3 to 4 cups of coffee depending on the size of the cup I make.
Yeah.
Which is way cheaper than going to Starbucks. So I've never gotten an iced coffee at Starbucks for under $5.
I found an orange and cinnamon spice tea.
Oh, it's so good.
That I have been just,
I should take one of those things to work.
Why don't you back off? Why steal you stole my lifesaver? She talked all kinds of shit. So I got 12 bags of lifesavers, and it was talked all kinds of shit because I got 12 bags of lifesavers.
12 bags? It seems ridiculous.
We've gone through 4 bags already. You took one to work, so you have lifesavers at work. And then I bulk ordered this orange and cinnamon tea, and it's like, why?
I did not give you grief about bulk ordering it.
You didn't give me grief about bulk ordering the tea because of the lifesaver incident, but I know you were thinking, like, do we really need 12 packs of it? Yeah, because now you're going to take one to work.
No, I won't. I'll just make it. No, because I don't have a kettle at work, so I'll just make it at home and take it in on like really cold days. Sir.
Ma'am.
That's rude.
Anyways, yeah, so I got this tea that I like. Anyway, somehow we went from the sads to beverages. Yeah. So that was interesting.
Beverages are way easier to talk about than the sads.
I suppose so. But yeah, even I said, but like I don't want to do anything anymore. I don't want to do anything. Like I just lay on the couch. I don't even like I make myself go up to play video games. I don't even want to play video games. Like I'm playing video games. I'm just like, but it's better than laying on the couch.
Because last night we kind of did that. Like we got back from our date day and we had a really wonderful date day.
Great, yeah.
And then we got back and we both sat on the couch and then it became like a, what are we going to do? And then we were kind of like annoyed, not like at each other, but just annoyed at the situation because we kind of wanted to do something, didn't know what to do. And then it was just like, you're like, what do you want to do, girlfriend? I'm like, I don't know. And then I'd ask you and you're like, meh. We just, it's like we got back and got into cozy pants and sat on the couch. And then we got in our routine where we're just like feeling crappy and just laying on the couch. It was awful.
Yep.
Well, this was an interesting podcast.
Yeah. But yeah, the sads are making you loop into sadness. And I've just been like, I don't know, I was just playing Deep Rock again, shooting bugs because it's just kind of mindless. And it's just, I shoot the bugs.
I haven't been feeling up or stable enough to play.
Yeah, same.
Like Baldur's Gate. Like I just don't have it in me. It's so weird. Yeah. Like I really need to get out of this funk, but I don't know how. I've
been fighting really hard the retail therapy side of everything
because me too. I'm like, oh well, this will make me feel better, and I get in that loop with like skincare. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna start doing skincare because it'll make me feel good about myself, and then I spend ridiculous amounts of money on skincare because skincare is expensive, and then I'm like, I barely use it because I'm in this funk, and the last thing I want to do is take extra time out of my being lazy on the couch or sleep in bed to take care of myself. Like it it takes too much out of me to brush my teeth at night. The last thing I want to do is do a skincare routine on top of it.
If 100% left our own devices, we would stay in bed for half the day, get up, get coffee, drink the coffee, and then flop on the couch and not move the rest of the day until we can get up and go to bed.
Absolutely.
That's 100% where we're at right now.
And it's usually only in winter. We're much better.
Oh yeah, we're
much better in the summer. But
well, in the summer, especially whenever we can get out into the catio and stuff, and
so we'll go out there and sit and drink our coffee and not move until it's bedtime.
But this is, it's been weird too. So we got 2 feet of snow over 2 weeks. We had lows in the negatives.
Yeah.
And this week it's been in the 50s and all the snow is gone.
And you'd think we'd be feeling better. But
it's just gray and wet and gray. We talked about this.
So foggy.
We talked about this a while back, but it's just, saying about spring. It's not spring. It's obviously not spring. This is just part of winter up here. It warmed up and now everything is just gray and dreary and wet and muddy and ugh. So even whenever it was like super cold and you can look out, it was pretty. It's like, oh, look how pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now it's just ugh.
And like the sun isn't shining. Like it's warm, but there has been really no sunshine.
Yeah.
And I think that has a lot to do with it too. Like we went out yesterday and it was kind of drizzly, but there were spots where there was like no rain, but it was just so dreary and overcast and yuck out. And it was just like, ugh. Yeah. And we don't need retail therapy because it's not going to make us feel any better.
It's not. It's going to make us feel immediately
shittier
upset.
because we spent money on stuff we know we're not going to use.
We're going to get it and be like, oh, yeah, I got this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I've been fighting that pretty hard. Yeah, it's been something.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. I'm doing it too.
I know, but I'm still sorry. It sucks when we're both in the loop because sometimes when only one of us is in, we can pull the other one out. But when we're both feeling it, it's just hard. I'm forcing myself, and this I am waiting until February 1st, and there is a reason behind it.
You can wait till February 1st, but don't double down on shit. Like you said, I want McDonald's. I don't even want McDonald's, but I'm going to get McDonald's.
No. Yeah, no, I know. But I mean, February 1st, I'm going to go back to the gym.
Okay.
And the reason I'm waiting to go back then is I have, with my insurance, they have a thing where you can, it's much cheaper to go to the gym. Like you get like a big discount. Like if I sign up for it now, it would only be for now until Wednesday.
Yeah, that makes
so,
sense,
and I just got the notification for it a little bit ago. And it's like, well, I'm not going to pay like full price for 3 days and then have it come back out on my account.
And that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly reasonable. It makes a whole lot of sense. But don't double down prior to for 3 days.
No, yeah. And I'm working, no. But that's what my brain is telling me. I'm like, I can have Red Bull and I can go out to eat and I can do this and I can do that because I have these last 3 days before I'm going to start the gym and have to get healthy again. It's like, no, start doing the healthy stuff now. Yeah. Dumb.
Yes.
I shouldn't probably call myself dumb either.
Yeah.
And this month I'm working the later shifts at work. So
it's going to be even less time out in daylight.
Well, yeah, but I'm trying to figure out like when I'm going to go to the gym, and I'm thinking, I'm thinking like you're going to be working Monday through Thursday now instead of
most likely.
But anyway, we get up at 6. You leave about like 7:45
anywhere from like 7:30 to 8, depending on the weather.
So I'm thinking what I'm going to do, rather than pulling down below, I'm going to keep the Jeep behind you.
And you're going to go at the same time.
And when I go and move the car, I'm just going to go.
You have to go out
to the gym. I have to be outside anyway. Get my gym routine done, come home, get showered, have like the rest of my morning where I've already accomplished something, and maybe that'll get me into like get
you into that routine.
Yeah,
it's pretty smart.
So
pretty smart.
So I'm gonna try to do. Yeah, even if it's only like 3 or 4 days a week, it's better than not going at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think I'm just gonna stick with walking for this month. If I occasionally feel like
froggy,
if I feel froggy, I can like after I walk, I can lift some weights or do whatever. But I think I'm just gonna focus on just walking. I like ice.
I'm surprised. Usually you like ice so much that it can't move and rattle.
Well, it just started to be able to because it's finally starting to break up.
Yeah, there's been a couple games that have come out the past couple weeks that everybody's been going crazy about. They don't look like anything I'm interested in, but at the same time, it's just kind of like, I want something new.
But you have so many games that
I know. That's what I'm saying. But I said I'm fighting the retail therapy, and that's part of it. And I'm looking at these games, it's just like, these don't look that interesting to me. These look kind of crap, and everybody's like, I want to play these games. I don't want to play these games. I'm not going to buy these games just because everybody else wants to play these games.
And the thing is, it would be different if you were buying the games so you could play the games with your friends who actually will play, but they won't.
Yeah.
Because you're on different time zones and it's hard to get people locked down to play games.
Yeah.
Or they'll play for like a few times and then the new hottest game will come out and they'll be like, now we're going to move to this game. And you're going to be like, but I like this game.
Yeah.
It happens all the time.
Yeah, there's been so many games I've bought to play with them and then they like flake 2 days later.
And it's not like, I was going to say it's not their fault. I mean, that's just how they are. Well, that's just kind of how they are. And we know that. So unless, I mean, if it's a game, Andrew. Yeah, Andrew, we are talking about you. But if it's a game like that you're genuinely interested in playing, it's different because if he then stops playing, you can still play it. But to get these new games that look like you're not interested in them at all, but you're only getting them to play with him, it's silly because he'll be on to the next game or
just drop it. He has a habit of just dropping games and then
so. Well, he's got a lot of stuff going on too, and he's trying to, so it's
he's been dealing with a lot of the sads too.
Yeah,
we've been talking a little bit back and forth, and he was all stressed out because he was doing that jury duty thing that was stressing him out, and he's been a bit of a hot mess as well.
He is.
We haven't been talking that much because we're both hot messes. I've been doing that fun thing. You know that fun thing where like you want to talk to people, but you don't want to talk to people because you're obnoxious. They probably can't fucking stand you, so you're just not going to talk to them. Yeah.
And then you feel even more like shit because you keep putting yourself down about it.
Yep. That's been fun too.
That's super fun.
It's been good times. It's been real good times. Yeah.
Well, this is the depression episode.
Yeah. Well, I got okay, so I like driving games, and I've been playing the new WRC Rally, and I got a whole like steering wheel pedal set up. Nothing really super fancy, but it's fun. But I have an office chair with rolling wheels on it. It's been terrible because I spend half my time fighting the rolly wheels. So I ordered locking casters for my chair and I put them on, and it's a goddamn game changer for rally racing. I put those on and I get my position, lock all the wheels, and then I'm just driving my car into trees. It's
he's
great.
Showing you how he's driving. You just
like
can't
this,
see him.
like this. All happy and excited, and it's great. And then I have my co-driver Finnegan at the window.
That was adorable.
Watching the world go by. It's been pretty good, yeah. I only did it the one day, but I want to do more because it's fun.
You should.
It's nice.
Play
You
some
need to
today.
try it too.
I will, but you should play some today. I think I want to journal a little bit today.
You're not the boss of me.
Okay. Well, then don't play.
Why are you asking me? What are you looking at, fish? Creeper? So you're going to journal. I'm going to do something. I don't know what.
You're going to play WRC.
I'll do what I want.
Which is WRC. You just said it makes you happy. I'm going to force you to do something that makes you happy.
You're such a jerk.
I am.
Such a jerk.
You will play WRC and you will like it.
Nope. I refuse to like it.
I will sit there and pout the entire time I'm playing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, this is fucking dumb. You fucking play like girlfriend and just swear the entire time I'm barreling down the road. Fuck shit, fuck shit, fuck car.
Whoa.
That's what it's like driving down the road with you.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Huh.
Doing 270 miles an hour.
Every time it gets more.
285 miles an hour. I don't know how you hit 350 miles an hour in a Jeep, but you do it and you cuss the whole way. That's pretty scary.
Must be.
I just look over and it's like 323. I'm like, what? How are you getting this thing to go 380 miles an hour? And you're like, fuck shit, fuck ass, fuck. I don't even know.
I'm impressive.
You are impressive.
I'm very impressive.
Very impressive. Very, very, very impressive.
Oh, I need to read a book.
A book?
Yeah.
Any book or a specific book?
No, a specific book because I have that book club coming up and I still haven't read the book.
Yeah, so far she joined the book club and she's treating the book club like an English class, like a literature class in school where you put it off
until like last minute, and then I'm like,
read the whole book the night before and you're like, I'm not finished this.
Yeah. So
you joined a club to be back in high school.
So I should start reading that maybe today.
Maybe not.
Probably not.
So yeah, you can. So you're not going to rally with me all today because I'm going to make you hate me.
Mm-hmm.
The boys found it very, very hilarious whenever I told them that I was not allowed to drive yesterday because you watched my rally stream and you're just like, no. They're like, you got your driving privileges revoked. I said, I sure did. That did not come out right, did it? You got your driving privileges revoked. That's just more.
I don't know. I've gotten good at understanding your mumbling. So
we're going to do stuff. Well, actually, it's probably just going to go up and lay on the couch and just be like, man, everything is done.
We're probably going to go up, reheat leftovers.
I got pizza that I got to eat.
You have pizza and I have Chinese food. So we're going to reheat leftovers, sit, eat, and then lay on the couch and probably nap and feel like crap.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Until it's time for me to get up and make dinner.
Whenever you're just honest about it sounds terrible.
It does, right?
Yeah.
We're going to lay on the couch and either nap or just lay there and doom scroll on our phones until it's time for me to get up and make dinner. And then I'll make dinner and we'll eat and then we'll lay back down or sit, however. But usually we're laying on the couch. And then I'll get up and take my shower and then get ready for bed. And then we'll go to sleep. This is literally how we spend our depression, and we let each other do it because we're both feeling shitty.
Mm-hmm. I want to start editing this so I don't have to do it all in one shot, but I'm dreading it. Oh my God. And I like editing. I enjoy editing. I was just like, I don't want to do that. Well, what do you want to do? I don't want to do that. This is where it's at.
You'd rather lay on the couch and doom scroll.
No, I don't want to do that either.
But you will.
Yeah. I don't want to do any of it.
I know.
Yeah. This is dumb.
It is dumb.
Super dumb. Super dumb. I blame Orange Fish.
Yes, it is all his fault.
Well, other than Finnegan for like a hot minute there, we've had no kitties today.
Well, Gizzard is curled up sound asleep on the couch.
They're all feeling the sads on the couch too, baby.
Yeah. I don't know about sads, but
they're feeling the cats.
They're feeling like cats. Being all curled up and like, nah, I'm comfy. I don't feel like getting up.
Maybe. That does sound viable. But yeah, so we're going to go be sad.
Yeah.
We're going to fight it.
But it'll probably win.
It'll probably win. We'll let you know.
We'll let you know.
Stop in next weekend. We'll let you know if we remember to.
We probably won't.
No guarantee. But yeah. Thanks for stopping by.
If you made it through this depressing podcast,
good Lord,
congratulations, and sorry this was not a win for you.
Yeah, that's what you get for counting on somebody else for a win.
I guess
we
so.
We have discussed this today, so yeah.
All right.
I'll see you next week. Thanks for stopping by.